I used to think that trust wasn't something to protect. It was something you offered freely. That's what love had always meant to me, freedom without doubt. My name's Daniel, 38, a graphic designer from Portland, Oregon. For 6 years, I'd shared my life with Emily, a woman who laughed like sorrow simply couldn't touch her. Or maybe that was just how I wanted to see her. It began in small ways, her phone face down without explanation, delayed replies masked as busy schedules. I didn't question it much. I'd always been the kind of man to give people room, but love, I've realized, can make you ignore warning signs that practically shout at you. One Friday night, she said she was going out for a casual dinner with an old college friend, just to catch up. She shrugged as if daring me to doubt her. I didn't. I smiled, kissed her cheek, and said, "Have fun." But inside, a tight knot formed in my chest. The uneasy feeling you can't name, but can't shake. That evening, I poured a drink and tried to focus on a client project. My laptop glowed, but my mind replayed her words. How easily, she said, just a casual dinner. The word dinner lingered in my thoughts, like a loose thread I feared pulling. Around midnight, the door creaked. She slipped in quietly, carrying a faint scent of wine and perfume. "You're still up?" she asked, her voice unnaturally light. "Yeah," I said, faking a yawn. "Did you enjoy yourself?" She smiled but avoided my gaze. "It was nice catching up. He's been struggling a bit. Just needed a friend." "A friend, huh?" I nodded, forcing a smile, but my chest felt empty. That night, lying beside her, I stared at the ceiling, counting the seconds between her breaths. Calm, steady, innocent, or maybe practiced. Morning came, and she acted as if nothing had occurred. Coffee, sunlight, small talk. I tried to go along, but something inside me had changed. I began noticing what I had overlooked: the sudden privacy, the locked phone, late returns from yoga. A week later, I found a receipt tucked in her car glove box. A restaurant I'd never been to, a bill for two, dated the night of her casual dinner. It wasn't the place that struck me. It was the time, 11:47 p.m. She said she got home at midnight. 13 minutes to get from the restaurant across town to our front door. 13 minutes. Too narrow for coincidence. I didn't confront her immediately. I wanted to see how far it went. Silence sometimes reveals more than questions ever could. So I waited, observed, and pretended to trust. 2 nights later, her phone buzzed in the shower. A message appeared on the lock screen. "Last night was amazing. Still thinking of you." No name, just a heart emoji. My throat went dry. My heart didn't shatter, but everything inside me did. It hit me slowly. That's the cruel thing about betrayal. It doesn't explode. It seeps in quietly. When she stepped out of the shower humming, wrapped in a towel, I handed her the phone. "You got a message," I said. Her smile faltered when she saw the screen. She went pale. "It's not what it looks like," she whispered. I let out a humorless laugh. "Then explain it." She hesitated, searching for words that weren't there. "He's just someone I met recently. Just a friend. Just dinner. Just fun." I repeated each word in my mind like a match striking dry wood. Fun for her. Fire for me. I didn't yell or plead. I simply said, "Delete his number. If it's nothing, it should be easy." She stared at me, eyes brimming, lower lip quivering. "You don't understand," she finally said. "He makes me feel alive." There it was, the truth, bare and harsh. Her words hung in the air like smoke that refused to clear. "He makes me feel alive." I wanted to ask if I ever did that for her. If routine had rendered me invisible. Deep down, I knew the answer. Some people chase novelty the way others chase air. Once tasted, stability feels suffocating. I didn't scream. I just walked out to the porch, letting the cold bite through me until the ache dulled. I could hear her crying behind the door, soft, desperate, but it didn't touch me anymore. The next morning, she acted as though nothing had happened. Pancakes on the stove, coffee brewing, the same rhythm as if guilt could be folded into breakfast. "Can we talk about last night?" she asked. "I think we already did." I said softly. You said what you felt. I heard you. She reached for my hand. I pulled away. It was just dinner, Dan. I swear it meant nothing. Then why hide it? Silence answered better than words ever could. For days, I kept my distance, worked late, spoke little at home. Not punishment. Clarity. Love survives mistakes, even cruel ones. But it dies where respect no longer breathes. A week later, she told me she was seeing him again, just to get closure. She spoke like it was noble. That was the night I realized I was done waiting to be chosen. I didn't stop her. I nodded, wished her well, and let her leave. Then I packed. Not everything, just essentials. Laptop, clothes, sketchbooks. On the counter, I left a note. You can have the house. I just want my peace. I booked a small Airbnb near the coast, somewhere quiet where the ocean could drown thoughts that wouldn't rest. At first, sleep eluded me. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her laughing at that restaurant table, leaning toward someone else. But slowly, the waves took over. The pain began to soften. 3 weeks later, she called. Can we talk? Her voice trembled. I almost didn't answer. Curiosity is cruel, I muttered. When she arrived, she seemed smaller somehow, like certainty had finally abandoned her. You were right, she admitted. It wasn't harmless. I thought it was fun, but it became complicated. He doesn't want anything serious, he isn't ready. I made a mistake, Dan. Her eyes searched mine, hoping for the forgiveness I once offered. But I wasn't the same man. Weeks of silence had rebuilt me. Love isn't measured by how much pain you endure. I don't hate you, I said finally. But I can't pretend I'm enough only when someone else rejects you. Tears streamed down her face. So that's it, I said. You called it fun. I just learned what fun costs. She tried to reach for me. I stepped back. Peace had replaced the chaos where my heart used to live. That night, I walked along the shore as the sky lightened. The horizon stretched endlessly, like forgiveness drawn across the water. I realized I didn't need closure from her. I had it the moment I stopped waiting for her apology to make me whole. Months later, people asked what happened between us. I never told the full story. I simply said she wanted to feel alive. And I decided to start living too. In that quiet truth, I finally did.